Hi, this is Crystal, and this is my transvestigation breakdown of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, which these people just irritate me because, first off, they're of Mountbatten or whatever. Like in the 50s, the Queen changed their name from Mountbatten, which is German, to Windsor, which is just a made-up name. Like, the British royals don't even belong in there. They're Germans. They're not British. And personally, it pisses me off because I am the 14th granddaughter of King Henry VIII. And there is what it looks like right here, my video, which I made it back public again. And I made a bunch of my transvestigations back public because a lot of my subs have been asking for them. And it just is too cumbersome trying to, like, I was thinking I can send people the links and stuff. No, that's too much trouble. So I just made a bunch of them, like my best videos, I made them back public for y'all. But no, if you want to watch this video, you might be wondering, how do I know I'm the 14th granddaughter of Henry VIII? And it's because my cousin did research over Ancestry, and she has a doctorate in sociology, and she's spent thousands of hours doing her homework and working with Ancestry to figure it out. And there's nobody really more in the bloodline. Like, there's nobody really more blue-blooded than us. And it's been a blessing and a curse, because I've enjoyed exposing a lot of them, but at the same time, I'm ashamed of these people. Not this one so much. I always was fascinated with Henry VIII because I grew up in Texas and going to the Renaissance Festival, and it's like the whole point of the Renaissance Festival is it's a great big party celebrating the father of the Renaissance, which is my grandfather right there. And Mary Berkeley is my 14th grandmother, and I made a video about her too, which I also made public again. But no, in this, if you're doubting and you want to be a hater, my entire bloodline is in this video there. Through 500 years, straight from Henry VIII down to my dad's mother. So I don't want to hear anybody come in the comments being ignorant, saying that I'm just making it up or something. No, you can't make this stuff up. It is well documented. The parents, the children, everything through 500 years, straight to my grandmother. So, and this is their son, Sir John Perot, who ended up being the lead advisor to Queen Elizabeth, and the reason he got that title, and he even looks like Henry VIII, like he's got the red hair and beard and everything, like he's spitting image of him. But Elizabeth made him her advisor in a high position and gave him a Sir title because she knew that was her brother. So, in any case, I just want to cover that first. Here it says, it was speculated that he was an illegitimate son of Henry VIII. Yes, he most certainly was, or he would have never had that title. He wouldn't look just like the king. And it's whoever was bedding the king, it was a big deal and people knew about it. And it was documented. So, and if they were bedding the king, their husband wouldn't be allowed nowhere near him. They would be sent away. So, yes, that's how I come from Henry VIII. And the line is unbroken. 500 years later, like real royalty really is alive, and they live. But they live through me and my cousins and stuff. They do not live in Frogmore or in the palace. No, those are Germans. This here, I just wanted to start with this. This came from my YouTube friend Ashli. Her channel is called Danja Zone. And if you haven't subscribed, you can go ahead and show her some love. Go over there and subscribe to her, because she discovered this right here. It's called a reborn baby doll. The one on the left. It's a special baby doll that's made to look totally lifelike. And on the right is who they're trying to pass off. As Archie. And if you look at them, that's the same. Now, I don't want to say person, because it's not a person. It's the same face. It's the same character. It's identical. So you can go watch her video, and I'm going to leave the link in the description as well for that. Okay. It's like, originally I had intended to break down Meghan first. So I'm going to go up here to Meghan. First photo that I look at, now Meghan is one that Meghan has a thickening of the brow here, and their forehead doesn't really slope back, but it never did. But not all males have to have a sloping back forehead. They still have a brow ridge here, and then it's a thickened skull right here, and the eyes are deep set back. And so there's a real noticeable thickening to the skull there. And then you have your classic squared jawline. It comes down, straight down, and then it's like a 90-degree angle, and it's just shaped like a box. And they have a pointier chin, but they always had a pointier chin even when they were a kid. But I look at all the markers. You know, not everybody has to have like a cleft chin or a real square chin. Some men have kind of a rounded or a pointier chin, but this is a definite square jawline, and they have deep set eyes, and they have a thickening of the brow here. And they have a large head too, which you can see in this next photo. See, this has been photoshopped, because you saw what the jaw looked like in the last picture, but look, they make it look like a soft and curvy jaw, and that's Photoshop. But you can still see the deep set eyes and the thickening of the skull in the brow area. And they have a rather large head too. It looks larger than most females that I know. Okay. This was funny. Meghan Markle's nose inspires plastic surgery trends. Like, wow, really? I wouldn't want... And these people don't get it. They want to look like a man. They want to look like a man. But when they're wanting to emulate or imitate and have plastic surgery to look like these celebrities. Like, the jaw is square, like a box. It comes down, it's very angular and chiseled, and it comes down and it's angular and chiseled. The tendons sticking out in the neck. Look, you can see the brow. You can see the brow is thick right there, and the eyes are really deep set. And the skull just looks large overall. And this picture, I think I just had selected because it's like the brow there and the deep set eyes. This is the photo here where you can see 1, 2-pronged, double-pronged Adam's apple in the neck. Now they've shaved it down, but these do grow back over time. So having their Adam's apple shaved down is something they have to do more than once in their lifetime. Because if they're a man, it's going to grow back because the hormones tell it to, because they are a man. I know they take testosterone blockers, but it's not going to block it 100%. They're still going to show up with things like this. It's like, this was at a point where she needed to go get it shaved down again. I can just see the thick brow here and the deep set eyes again, and the square jawline, and the tendons in the neck, and the Adam's apple two-pronged in the neck. This photo has the male gaze. Like, if you look at it, look at the energy coming out of these eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul, and there's some strong, aggressive, there's some assertive, aggressive, dominant sort of energy coming out of those eyes. It looks, whenever I looked at this, it felt like I was looking at a man. Just a man that is feminized, that has long hair, but it's still, that's a very intense look to be a female, because it's not one. But yeah, here you can see prominent cheekbones, square jawline, brow ridge here, deep set eyes. They have a wide mouth. If you look at Prince Harry's mouth, it's about, I'd almost like about half the width of this person. They got it all. Okay. This is a good photo that shows, you can see right here, I mean, they're kind of twisting because they're carrying bags, but they've got wide shoulders. The shoulders are wider than the hips. You can tell that, even though they are turning sideways, kind of. And then look how the leg inserts into the pelvis. It's vertical. It's vertical. And they have long feet. You can see that just straight away. This is a good image of how long humerus bone. See how long that is? Big hands, and also the hands are approaching the knee. Look, there's the knee, there's the hands. A woman's arms should be ending more up here. Like if you cut the whole hand off, that's where the woman's arm should end. But no, Meghan's go down, approaching the knee. And then they have their legs kind of bowed out, but they have no Q angle. And they have just, and they're hiding one of their shoulders and covering with hair, but that's something they do, which is surprising at the same time, because then Meghan wears these dresses that show off the male collarbones, but just big old feet here, huge hands, and the arm length and the humerus bone. And then the male that she's standing with, it's like they have more crotch length arms, but I'm not breaking that person down. Some males can have shorter arms, but Meghan is a man. So that is who is the focus here. This is just talking about how Meghan Markle, who was it? Paula Patton, who's a dude who I broke down 2 or 3 months ago in a dual transvestigation with Robin Thicke and Paula Patton. They were a reverse transgendered couple. And what do you see here? Meghan Markle was always destined to be a royal due to her beautiful handwriting, according to Hollywood film actress Paula Patton, after the future royal helped write the invitations and the save the dates for Miss Patton and musician Robin Thicke's wedding back in 2005. And it said that they remained friends after that. But isn't that something? It's like transgenders are helping write wedding invitations for more transgenders, because that's what they do in Hollywood. They're just switch up on the masses. I almost died. Someone who is dead asleep, or they're in on the agenda, one of the two. Someone actually wrote an article, how to get the Meghan Markle collarbone effect. And which is crazy, because a real female is never going to be able to get the Meghan Markle collarbone effect. And these dresses, see how the collarbone is a male collarbone. It is straight and horizontal, and it extends all the way to the edge of the shoulder on that wedding dress. That was showing it off. No, I don't want to share. So, no, it's showing it off. And it's like it goes straight across all the way to the edge. It's just unbelievable. And then, of course, they had the all-seeing eye on their headband, but other people have gone over that. But no, this is a war against women. And in a magazine or whatever it was, online, I don't know if this came from a magazine, but think about that. They're going to coach women, real women, on how to have collarbones looking like Meghan Markle. That's never going to happen. They're talking about how it's trendy to wear a boat neck dress because Meghan Markle was wearing them with blazing collarbones. They're looking for boat necks. The searches have soared in the last few months. It's like, y'all, please stop idolizing these celebrities or royals. Because these people are fake royals in the first place. None of them in there belong in there. It's like my blood, like my grandparents, they belong in there. Except there's a problem because they're not transgendered. They're not worshiping the Baphomet, and so that would have been a big problem for them. But no, these people are not royal, and they're just a disgrace. And now real women are wanting to wear the same style of dress and have collarbones that look like this when they can never have collarbones that look like this because this is a man. Look at the collarbone, straight, horizontal across to the edge. It's just textbook. I'm not going to break down everything else on the face because I already have, but yeah. Here, you can see the collarbones again. They love to wear these dresses with these collarbones all the way out to the edge. And I don't understand why someone that's trying to be deceptive would even want to do that. Here it is again. Let's look at it closer. I mean, it just looks like a man in the face. If you can just imagine them without the hair or with shorter hair, with a male haircut and without the makeup, it's a man all day. T-shaped shoulders that are straight across. They got a wide neck. And these collarbones are protruding, and they go straight to the edge of the shoulder on both sides. Here's some of the pictures that help me break down their bodies and stuff. Okay, and one of them later on, I have arrows on because it was easy to see. Let me see if turning this helps get it bigger. Okay, now Harry has had a fake Adonis belt surgery, which I'm going to break all of that down in that one photo. The navel appears fake because I used to work as an RN, and one of the things, I worked on a post-surgical floor for a while. And one of the procedures that was rather common that I saw there in patients I cared for were they had post tummy tuck. And when they do a tummy tuck, they cut out a large section of the stomach area, the flap of skin, and then they pull it down and they stitch it back together to remove the parts that are damaged with all the stretch marks. When they do that, they create a fake navel, and that's exactly what Harry's navel looks like. It doesn't look like a natural navel. And then it's like the boob area is messed up. In here you can kind of see how the collarbones go up. They go up in a V shape, and they don't extend to the edge of the shoulders. And you can see that Harry's hands end at crotch length. But this photo, this is good to see Meghan's features. See, you've got the wide shoulders, and they're way wider than the hips. It's just the legs are spread apart. And look, right there. Right there, they have their, I can see it better when it's like this. There's the hip bone, and that ends under, there's the navel, there's the end, the top of the hip, right there. They got a long rib cage. They've got horizontal collarbones with wide T-shaped shoulders. They have long arms. And, yep, I can see the square jawline here. They have all the features of a man. That's just redundant. That's just more of it. But, so I'm going to skip over that one. Right here, what I'm noticing is on Prince Harry how they have a completely flat and vertical forehead. They have a slopey jawline. It's not defined at all. And the facial hair helps to cover up the fact that it's not squared. It's just, it's a soft jawline. They have a vertical, flat forehead and a small head. If you look at them up close together, like especially the interview when they were sitting together on the couch, you can tell how tiny Harry's head is and how big Meghan Markle's head is. Like, not twice the size, but Meghan Markle's head is a lot bigger than Harry's. This is a good photo right here for me to show you the fact that this is what a female forehead looks like. There's no brow bone. It's a flat and vertical forehead. And the eyes are closed set. There's a soft curving jawline, relatively small ears, and he's balding, and the hairline is receding. The balding and hairline receding happens in these female to males because the testosterone makes their hair fall out. So they'll go prematurely bald because they're a female. They're not meant to have a body loaded with testosterone. It's not what they're meant to have in their body. This right here is a photo of Princess Kate, who is a drag man, and of Prince Harry. I'm surprised he's grasping the jacket. I'm surprised he's not freaking doing the hidden hand. But he's got all the Freemasonic medals on and stuff. But no, I wanted y'all to notice this. And these two have a flirtation. Like behind the scenes, Ashli's talked about it on her channel on Danja Zone a lot. About how Kate and Harry are the ones that really are into each other. Not so much Meghan. And like when Meghan came into the picture, Kate was just devastated because their closeness was now in jeopardy. Like they couldn't have their relationship how they used to. But yeah, you can see it in their face how happy they are. They're flirting, like laughing. But no, look at these shoulders right here and look at the tiny little hips. Even if they are using some hip padding, it's like nothing. It's tiny. Look at the hips on Kate compared to the wide hips on Harry. It's just a big difference. Big difference. Okay, this is a good photo. This is a good photo to see. Sorry about that popping up. This is a good photo to see. The forehead is rectangular and vertical. The eyes are very close set together. There's no brow ridge. And there's a soft jawline with a pointed chin. And delicate looking hands. If you ever look at Meghan Markle's hands, they're veiny and they look like beat up hands, like man hands, veiny hands, like a weightlifter or something. How their veins will get prominent. Look at Harry's hands. They're soft and delicate. Now they are a tall person, but that's part of when it's almost, some people call it the breeding program, but it's like in these transgendered elite families, they try to make it so that they'll end up with a really tall, big girl. They aim to have big girls and really tiny men to match them up with so that they'll be more passable and believable to the masses. And that's what we get. Meghan here was just always holding the moon bump as if it's going to fall out. And the moon bump looked different. Like it'd be pointy. It'd be protruding on one side. It'd be too high, too low. It was a disaster, Meghan wearing the moon bump. And then Ashli also went over how Meghan was wearing the moon bump for about 11 months. It's like they were way, quote unquote, overdue. But men don't have a womb, and so it was all just a bunch of fakery. But yeah, in this picture, I just see a big man hand holding the prosthetic silicone baby bump. And I see brow ridge. I see high cheekbones that are prominent. I see a very square jawline. And a man in a moon bump. Basically. Okay, that's about the same photo. So I'm going to go right here to this one. Here, it's like I just outlined the leg in the pants. I drew a line. And yeah, he has the hand in the pants, which FTMs will do often because they want to hide. They want to make it where you can't see exactly how wide their hips are. So it's like a hidden mystery. But it's not really deceiving me because men are going to have really skinny, narrow hips. And they don't go around usually with hand in the pockets. No. Like a real man's hips would look narrow in jeans. But here, look, that's the edge of the leg, and then it goes in towards the knee. That is a Q angle. A Q angle is because females' legs, they insert it further out into the pelvis, and then they go in. So the femurs insert at a different angle. And then I drew Meghan's, which is vertical. Okay, this was the photo that I took it from so you could see it without the lines. Yes, there's the edge, and then it goes down at an angle towards the center. That is a Q angle. That is no Q angle. I know what I wanted to see from this. Harry was looking pretty hippie here. Hippie in the hips, in the pants. And they look, oftentimes lately, they look pudgy in the stomach area as well. They have a kind of a pudgy stomach, and they have wide hips. And Meghan has shins, blazing, shining, beat up kneecaps. Prominent kneecaps like that are a male trait that you see on a man. A female that's this slender is gonna still have soft kneecaps. Like my daughter, Lexi, she's a size 0. She's barely over 100 pounds, and her knees do not protrude like this whatsoever. Just being skinny, they'll say, oh, because she's skinny. No. Nonsense. Those are beat up male kneecaps and protruding shin bones, which you're not going to see on a female no matter how skinny they are. I'm sorry, they're just not. Here is Meghan clasping the moon bump once again. Oh, look at this. Look. Look how short the arms are. The hands are at crotch level. Soft jawline. Soft jawline. No brow ridge at all. Very close set eyes. Flat face. There's no cheekbones protruding. There's no indentation in the face from where cheekbones, because usually in a male they'll have cheekbones protruding and the face will be sunken in below it because it would be a man, but this is not a man. So you've just got your classic female forehead, flat vertical forehead, rectangular shaped forehead, no brow ridge, close set eyes, narrow, small mouth, soft, curving jawline with pointed chin, and a relatively small neck as well with short arms that are crotch level and wide. They look hippie in this as well, hippiness. They probably have that big old jacket, which I know it's colder in the UK, but they have this jacket to help conceal their wide-ass hips like this. And there Meghan goes, holding the moon bump, hoping it doesn't fall out. No, and look at this also. Look at Harry, how there's nothing in the neck. Nothing. Nothing visible. No Adam's apple. Not even one of those surgical fake or testosterone-induced ones that look like a pea. Nothing. Look at these sinews and these tendons, ligaments in the neck protruding. It's just too much. Like I said, my older daughter, she is slender. She's a size 0 and barely over 100 pounds. And she does not have any of this crap in the neck right here. Because women are softer. Like she has feminine curves. She has an hourglass. And she has some subcutaneous body fat that is placed, appropriate for a female. This tendons and sinews in the neck is ridiculous. It's so obvious what you're looking at. Once you start to become able to see it, you'll never forget it. And that's why I do these videos. I don't just do these videos to entertain people. I do them because I want y'all to be able to start to spot these people for yourself. And then once you're able to see it for yourself, that's a skill you have forever. And then you'll never be deceived by these people again. This right here is that I noticed was Prince Harry's balding. The balding like this happens from testosterone abuse on a person that is female that doesn't belong on testosterone. They'll lose their hair. Their hairline will recede. They'll get like baldness as if they were a male, and they'll have hair falling out back here too. And there goes Meghan again, clutching the bump, afraid it's going to fall out, which it might at any given second. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this. Okay, there's a lot going on in this picture. You got protrusions in the neck, You got a prominent trachea. You got Adam's apple in the neck. That looks like a line sideways, horizontal, where they may have shaved it down. You got square jawline. You got high, wide cheekbones. There's the indentation underneath where it's sunken because the cheekbones are protruding. Brow ridge and deep set eyes. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the neck there. And look at these hands. Look at the hands. See Harry's hand? Yeah, it's pasty white and pale. But look at Meghan's hand and wrist. It's lanky, it's gangly, it's veiny. It's a man hand. Females' hands do not look like this. Not as young, especially not as young as this person is supposed to be. They're 30, they're my age, and they got hands look like this? No, that's a man. Now, right here, you've got like non-existent jawline. The jawline over here, it goes straight down. Whoops. No, I didn't want that, sorry. Get this out of the way. Okay, it goes straight down and then comes forward like a box. It's a square jawline. This doesn't come straight down and go anywhere. It's just a weak jaw. You can't even tell where the definition of the jaw is. It's a soft curving jawline that is concealed by facial hair. And look at this. Curves out at the neck and it looks through the suit. You can see the curvature. It's curving in, curving out. They can't fool me. Harry has a curving back. This photo I just picked because look at these hips in this suit. Hips are here. The hips are just as wide as the shoulders in this photo. Wow. And of course the crotch length arms. But no, look at these hips. These hips and then the narrow shoulders. This hand in the jacket, of course, but just look, crotch length hands, sloping shoulders. A suit is supposed to make your shoulders kind of look bigger, but it's not even working with Harry. They don't even look bigger. If you zoom in on Meghan a little bit, what's going on in your neck, Meghan? Oh, just tendons. Tendons. Very sinewy, bony, with her square jawline and her deep set eyes and her brow ridge. And she's doing the X pose. It looks like they're walking, but still, she's got one leg lobbed over the other one. And if a real female tries to stand like that, they're gonna fall on their ass. That's just the truth. It's almost impossible for a real female to do that little pose, like this crossover pose. And if you see any star out there doing the crossover pose, it is likely, well, if you see a star out there portraying female, then they're a male anyway, right off the bat. But in any case, I didn't want to run this too long. Right here, I wanted to point out how they're supposed to be heavily pregnant, yet they're wearing high heels, which is not realistic. Real women don't do that. Just square jawline, deep set eyes with the brow bone, huge hands. Look at Harry. See, this is what I'm talking about with a vertical forehead. Can you see it? See, that is a classic female skull right there. You can't get any more of a female skull than Prince Harry. There is no brow ridge. A brow ridge is right above your eyes, where your eyebrows are. The bone protrudes forward a little bit. Then the head on men usually slopes back. On Prince Harry, it's just no brow bone at all and a flat and vertical forehead. It goes vertical straight up. and soft curving jawline and a flat face. There's no cheekbones prominent either. Here's this ridiculous photo that Jay-Z, and it's like right here, even in this photo, look at this photo, this portrait. If you just take away the hair and like the jewelry and stuff and just take all that away, who are you looking at? You're looking at the face of a man. Just imagine, like, cover up. Take your fingers and cover up the hair if you have to. And just look at it. It's the face of a man. Oh, and then there's this where they're going to pay tribute. It says Beyonce pays tribute to the Duchess of Sussex as she won a Brit Award tonight. The Beehive got Meghan's back. The Queen has spoken. Okay, and this is a transgender here and a transgender there. Jay-Z and Beyonce are the ones I always bring up if I want to use an example of a reverse transgendered, helly weird couple. It's these two right here. So, of course, a female that's a man is gonna be standing up for Meghan, who is portraying a female but is also a man, because they stand up for their own. The Queen. And if you hear of someone labeled lady or queen, you already know it's a drag. Straight, just right off the bat. This photo, I was just noticing sloping down shoulders and wide hips. The hips, if you took the hips line up, they're the same length as the shoulders. On a man, the shoulders are going to be straight across like a T. And even if the man's shoulders do slope down a little bit, the hips are going to be way more narrow than the shoulders. Okay, and then I get into some baby pictures. Some kid pictures. You can see all the same features as far as the female skull with the close together set eyes, the flat vertical forehead. That's before the testosterone started causing the receded hairline and the hair loss. There's a soft jawline, small mouth, delicate looking hands. Here is a photo from 85 when Harry's a baby. And looking at this photo, see, my screen is shattered, so I'm moving it all around so I can see. But they're dressing, there's blue stripes on it, but this dress here, it looks like a outfit and the way you would dress a baby girl. And Harry, that is a baby girl. So easy to tell. Prince William as well. That's a girl as well that just has a short haircut. Because that's what they do, is they transgender all of their children. Like here, they've been on testosterone a while. But if you look in the faces, it looks like faces of girls. It's like, yes, they have a short haircut. They've been on testosterone for a few years. They still look effeminate. That looks like the face of a little girl. If you take off all this other boy gear and bandana and everything they had on, and if they had long hair, that's the facial structure of a little girl. And Harry also has the softness in the eye, like a gentle kind of look in the eyes that is not consistent. Like here's another one. It looks like a female. He looks like a female all day. There's not a single thing. Just because they dress him in blue doesn't mean it looks like a girl. just with short haircut. Okay, here's my photo where I wanted to go through things. Here, you can see the collarbones start down here and they V up. They go up at an angle and they end there, but the edge of the shoulder is there. Plus the shoulders are sloping down, but the collarbones come up. That's a female trait. Here, the breasts look asymmetrical. They're not the same. They didn't end up the same size. And then it's like a male's chest will be more flat, straight across. But here you got these weird, they've been chopped up. This is a surgery. This is a surgery like a mastectomy for an FTM. They chopped up their breast, so they got this weird protrusion here that looks more like a boobie. The nipple here, they made too small. See that? The nipple there is regular size. That one looks too small. There's this bulge of boobie there. The bone structure looks very strange there. Who knows? Like, that's a fake navel. That was a navel that was cut there after they did whatever, all this. This person has been chopped up more than the Thanksgiving turkey. That right there is a hint at a waist indent, which is above the navel. But they have done, it's like they've cut on the boobs, so the nipples and the chest shape is all wrong. There's fat protrusion there. The nipple has been like cut off or cut way too small. Like there's bone protrusion that's in the wrong shape. There's fat protrusion. The shape of the chest wall there is wrong. The navel looks like a navel they would cut on the tummy tuck patients that I took care of. That is a hint at a waist indent. Look how wide these hips are. This is an Adonis belt surgery. Because, yeah, you do have an indent, and I'm sure they have surgery to fill in waist indentations. If they can build a fake Adonis belt with implants, then they can fill in a female waist indent. This person's just been chopped up a lot. They've been carved and chopped up. So it's like left to people like me to break it down and show you how the markers are still female. You take these hips, you bring it up here, they're just as wide. Because this little part right there, that's the top of the arm. So you go right here, right there, no. Fake Adonis belt, fake navel, chopped up chest with the nipple. Look at it again, y'all. The nipple, there's no nipple there. Like the sticking out part of the nipple is gone. There's this bulge. There's a full nipple over there. Short arms. Look, short humerus bone. V-shaped clavicles. Collarbones that are coming up at an angle, while Meghan's, where's Meghan? Oh, not in this photo. But you saw how Meghan's collarbones go horizontal, perfectly horizontal, straight across. The hips are wide. Wide hips, the same width as the shoulders. Chopped up chest, surgically altered waist indentations. It's like Prince Harry just has it all. They've been altered so much. Small hands. But yes, definitely tiny, tiny, short humerus bone. And I haven't ever really seen an Adam's apple in Harry either. But yes, this chest is unbelievable. But yeah, I hope now that all of you can see that Meghan Markle is a man, and you can see that Prince Harry is a female. And so Meghan was never pregnant. They did not just, Meghan didn't just give birth because men don't have a womb. These people are not truly royal, and the people that are just, brushed off the wayside. And if somebody, like, from my blood if somebody did try to challenge them for the throne, they would just be poisoned or executed off or whatever they wanted to do with them. But this is what you get in royalty and in Hollywood, is reverse transgenders, because they worship the Baphomet, and so they want to turn God's creation on its head and do everything inverted, exactly the opposite of what God's intention was and what God's will is. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a very blessed day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.